So, you know what? My life has changed a lot in the past year. I've had some success, some tragedy, some development, all of those things. And I realize that all of those things make up who I am now. And there were times that I cried. Absolutely trust that. There were times that I cried. Sometimes I cried for weeks. In all honesty and transparency, I will let you know now because it is a part of my writing life. You don't hear about the snarky gentleman anymore, or if you know me personally, Mr. Bear, that's because he passed away. And it's been about 8 months now. Took time to get myself together. I'm fairly together now. Had to not live in my house for a little while, and now I'm back in my house. And I am also writing again. I was still writing the whole time, but it was much slower. And I still stayed in the community doing book signings and things like that because I didn't want that to stop because he was gone. I knew he wouldn't like that. So I continued on. And I'm glad that I did. It's kind of like what they say about falling off a horse. You know, you've never been on a horse. And so I was thinking to myself, you know what? There's so many things that I'm about. Y'all probably like, this girl, I don't even know. She writes books. She tells people good morning. She motivates. I hope I do all those things because I entertain too. There's so much negativity in the world. I want to put some positivity out there. So then I thought, you know what? Why don't I also do some on-the-road conversations with TB Bond? I tell you a little bit about me, tell you a little bit about books. It'll be fun. I have both hands on the wheel. As you can see, I'm at a stoplight right now, and I am looking at the road. There's a Rogue in front of me. I'm thinking about buying one of those. I need to try to do my own. Anyway, I just want you to know that my content's going to be changing a little, not probably drastically, because, there's a lot happening in my life. I'm still transitioning my household to be me, myself, and I. And I also, sometimes, I'm a little bit whimsical, I'm not going to lie. So dramatic readings are still going to be there. I can't read and drive. Well, I could read signs. I can't read a book blurb and drive, and I'm not memorizing book blurbs. So that'd probably be good for mental development. Always strengthen your brains, people! Strengthen your brain. Strengthen it. Shout out to all of y'all who looked at my last... Oh, there's a people car wash. I love the 757. It's every time you turn around, there's some child getting in a car, trying to hustle, save money, raise money for their school, for their charity, for their church, for their whatever, washing some cars. They take Cash App now. If you're in the Churchland area, apparently the Western Branch girls team is having a car wash. Today is the 12th, I think. It's a Saturday, so if you're out here in the Churchland area, get your car washed by them, because I'm not stopping right now, but I did give them a shout out. Hi, y'all. They can't see me. Anyway, check them girls out. Help them with their stuff, the Western Branch people. They're trying to raise money the right way, washing cars, doing hard work. I like it. But back to me. TB Bond writes in the 757. I'm going to be traveling around the 757 because I got to anyway because I live here. And so why not have conversations with TB Bond, talk about books, talk about motivation, talk about all the things, because these things work their way into my books anyway. So even though they seem like they don't mean anything and it's random, if you read my books, you'll see that they're very much a part of it. And the crazy part is I write primarily fantasy. And you're probably like, what? This girl writes fantasy? Yes, I do. I actually have the majority of my fantasy books are set in the 757. That's Southeast Virginia to y'all civilians. We're a very military town. We are very all over the place, I guess. I mean, all the things are here, which is one of the reasons why I set the fantasy here, because this is one of the few areas in Virginia where you can have urban, you can have 1930, 1776, and the farm all in one spot. depending where you go, you're either time traveling or you're traveling between social economic situations. So that makes it fun. I felt like having a supernatural beings could easily hide here. Trust me, half this place is haunted in a fun way, some of it in a bad way, and there's just a lot happening here. It's very mystical and interesting. A lot of history, good and bad. A lot of different type of people living here, so it's fun. I felt like it could get done with the way I wrote it. It's an urban fantasy primarily, with some sexy Tims. I'm not gonna lie, TV Bond writes hot stuff, so if you don't like hot stuff, then you're probably not gonna want to read my books, and that's okay. You can always just tell your friends that like hot stuff. Spicy! Spicy. I like it spicy. Yes, I know I'm strange. It's okay. I was raised by a military man, so I'm going to tell you that I can move between behaviors pretty easily because I can read the room. I'm just saying. I can read the room. I mean, I got a core personality like anybody else, but I know how to behave, and so I'm pretty wild, but I can scale back and don't care. Just so you know. So if you come and catch me in a time where I'm being more conservative and quiet, it's just because that's what the room calls for. Can't be wild on everybody, they'll freak out. And then if you see me in a place where we're having a good time with karaoke, because I'm not trying to do anything dangerous or anything, but I'm going to tell you, I can sing karaoke without any liquor. I don't need all that. I'll drink some water. This girl right here played a drinking game with water. I'm just saying. I will not be peer pressured into no nonsense. Now, to be fair, if I would like to have a drink, I will have a drink, but we're not going to do no craziness. I remember all them after school specials, because I'm that old, where we have after school specials. I remember those. I learned from them. It has kept me out of trouble this far, so I'm going to keep on keeping out of trouble. I'm just saying. I have enough fun by myself. Anyway, now that I talked your head off way longer than I intended, because another thing you need to know about TV Bond is if you see her in person, she likes to talk. She may not say much all the time, but when you get her going on the right subject, woo, and don't be that you crazy too. When we get together, we might call some nonsense. But you know what? We ain't going to jail, but we're going to have fun. I like fun outside of jail. I'm just saying. But anyway, I wanted to say hi. Welcome to Roadsides with TV Bond. Glad to have you.